Okay guys, thanks for tuning in again to my next video. I've been doing a lot of videos on death metal collecting and death metal vinyl LPs, and I've also done a cassette video too. Today's something slightly different. I'm going to do a video log or a vlog on a book. It's not any book, it's a book called Glorious Times, and this is the pictorial history of the early years, the real glory years of death metal from 84 to 1991. Now, I've owned this about 4 weeks. It's actually done by two guys, Alan Moses, who used to have a fanzine called Buttface, and from Chainsaw Abortion fanzine it's Brian Patterson. And they've created this book with a lot of help from the people that were in the bands back then and are still in the bands right now, because a lot of the bands from this book, the real originators of death metal, are still going, and they're still thriving. They're still playing shows, they're still releasing albums, you can still get shirts of them, and they're well worth still listening to. A lot of people say, yeah, but is the music as good? And in my opinion, it is, if not better now. So this book is really fantastic. This is a perfect book for you if you did many things. For example, it is a great book if you were there in the early years, 88 to 91, which was the real heyday of death metal, the first sort of waves. If you were there then, there's so many memories direct from the bands that were there as well. So but you can learn a lot as well. It's just a fantastic book. Also, this is really for people that remember what it was like pre-internet. So it's sort of like, you know, if you learnt about a band, it was either through word of mouth, you saw them in a magazine. Metal Forces magazine, Kerrang magazine to a lesser extent, Metal Hammer. Metal Forces was the real main one, but there were other magazines in the late 80s and early 90s people may have forgot about, such as Thrash and Burn, Extreme Noise, and Terrorizer magazine, which is published in the UK, which I believe you can get in the USA, and that's still going now. In my opinion, it's not as good now, but in the early days it's the only way that you could learn about new bands, buy their demos and support the underground. So this is a perfect book for people that used to do that. Also tape trade, have pen pals. You know, this was the days pre-forums on the internet. You know, if you wanted to find out about a band, you put an ad in one of those metal magazines, and you hopefully had people write to you with a list of wants on their wants list, and you sent cassettes off and you traded, and that was just how it was done. So it's perfect for people like that. I used to spend a lot of time sending tapes out and things like that, so it's a perfect book. But let's have a quick look inside. I'm not going to show you it all, because what would be the point of buying the book if you can see it all now? But the sort of bands include Baphomet from New York, and they all give accounts of what the scene was like then. They also tell funny stories, and so on and so forth. So you've got bands such as Baphomet, Acheron, Autopsy, Brutality, Cannibal Corpse are in here, Deicide, Death, Deceased, Hellwitch, Impetigo, one of my personal favourite bands. I think Steve-O is the best vocalist ever. Massacre, Cam Lee, Master, Nocturnal, Nuclear Death. You may have seen a video of mine talking about Carrion for Worm, which I recently got on vinyl. They're in here, and they tell a very funny story actually about when they played Day of Death Festival and they wanted to sort of change the formula for the blood, and Laurie Bravo used something different, and it sort of all went a bit wrong. But there's tons of great stories in here. I would recommend it because the photos are great. If you like old guitars as well, I'm a huge BC Rich fan, and as we all know, BC Rich really were the brand of choice for most death metalers back in like the day. So there's some fantastic photographs of old guitars in here as well. And there's just lots to learn. There's a couple of photos there of Ross from Immolation sporting a rather nice moustache. It's just classic stuff, and a lot of these photos were taken from the collections of the authors. So I advise you guys to contact Brian and Alan. You can do it via Facebook. Glorious Times has a Facebook page as well. Also within this book here, I believe it will have a email address as well. Yeah, if you go on to www.myspace.com/Glorious Times Death Book, okay, or you can email the guys if you want to get it. It's well worth getting, and it's very reasonably priced too. It's Glorious Times Death Book, all one word, @gmail.com. So I just wanted to say a huge thanks for Alan and Brian for sorting me out with one. My copy came all the way from New York City in record time, in about 10 days. They always post out on a Saturday, so obviously if you order it on the Monday, it won't be posted to the Saturday. But believe you me, it comes so fast. They're great guys, they're great to chat to, and it's one of the best books I own on death metal. If not the best, because it's got such personal stories. So just a quick video to say, everyone out there that hasn't got a copy, you need this. If you're serious about music, you're serious about metal, but in particular if you're serious about old school death metal, in reality there is nothing better, and I can't wait until they make part 2 of this, because I will be first in line. So over and out guys, get this book, it's fantastic, and there'll be some more death metal vinyl videos coming up very, very soon. Got some very interesting stuff about to enter here, the torture chamber. My postman's not going to be happy, he's going to be very busy. There's a weighty tomes coming. So over and out guys, thanks very much. Let the metal flow, rock on, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.